This is the frustrating book tag. Hi, I'm TwoFold, and I usually have more than one perspective or answer. Today I'm doing the frustrating book tag by thePMreader because I saw it and it just looked fun, but I'm not sure who I'll tag next because I don't know that many people yet. I'm just so new. So the first tag question. Name a book you predicted would be 5 stars but wasn't. Well, I love Terry Pratchett, and I've been reading them chronologically as well as just sort of what comes into my world. And when I got up to this one, Interesting Times, I was expecting a good laugh, and turns out it's a little bit racist, certainly by today's understanding. This one is in the Discworld's China. I'm glad I read it because it's part of understanding the author, but it just wasn't my favorite. What book had a great beginning but an ending that let you down? Okay, this is a strong opinion, but the sequel to the 5th season, I can't even remember the title. I'll look it up and put it in the description. The sequel to the 5th season was a huge letdown to me. Still at the beginning of the book, it felt like science fiction, but somewhere, somehow through the book, it becomes clear that that world is not a science world, but a fantasy world, and my little heart just broke. I just wanted it to be sci-fi. The first one to me is perfectly good speculative fiction, sci-fi type reading. The second one is just, it devolves into like magic. There's nothing wrong with magic. It's just not what I thought I was getting myself into. Do you have a book with a pretty cover but an ugly spine? Yeah. But I went looking for the eyesore of eyesores. I found it on the other side of the case. Look at this, friend. I couldn't even tell what the title of the book was. The front is, cute, standard paperback from when this book was new. I mean, it's obviously a secondhand copy, but clearly that's an eyesore. Do you have a book series that doesn't match? Does it bother you? So this whole shelf is Terry Pratchett and the Discworld in particular, and I've been buying them one at a time, usually online as used copies, and they don't match, and that sucks. I will probably try over the course of my life to rectify that with in-person bookstore sellers I can make sure I'm getting the right copy, but it's not a high priority right now. Is there a book from your youth you can remember parts of but cannot remember the name of or find anywhere? There's this book that was probably my dad's or my mom's. They both like science fiction as well. And I just remember that the characters would travel through space and time using sort of tarot card-like pictures, and it was so fascinating, and I wanted to learn more and read about this world, and I think my mom unhauled it without asking us because she didn't really think we would be reading it, and so yeah, I've asked around and never been able to figure out, like, that plot just, I don't think when I Google it I get anything useful. That's not even a plot, that's just a snippet. Are there any books you're certain you read but cannot remember anything about? I did Station 11 as an audiobook. I remember it being lovely. I remember it being kind of sad. I remember it kind of reminding me of the show Carnival, but maybe that's just from the cover. But I really don't remember much of anything in terms of, I can't remember a single character's name. I can't remember a single thing that happens. It's supposed to be like some dystopia, I think, but that's really it. I'll reread it. That's the good news. I'll get it fresh when I reread it. It'll be like the first time, one more time. Have you ever recommended a book to someone and they started telling you everything they don't like about it? Does it bother you? In other words, do your feelings get hurt when someone doesn't love your favorite books? So the answer is just no. I don't really get my feelings hurt. People have different styles. I mean, if they're coming at me, if they think I'm stupid for liking it, that's a different thing. But I can't remember a specific instance, and I don't get my feelings hurt. What is your worst experience loaning a book to someone? Okay, so I worked at this high school, and I thought I had a pretty good relationship with the principal, and I really wanted her to buy copies of the Raven Cycle for the school because I thought the kids would enjoy it. And I was like, if I get the principal into it, she can talk to the kids about it and they'll be into it too. I loaned her all my books shortly before the end of the school year, and then my position was just cut. They weren't able to hire me back. And again, I'm like, well, that's okay. Totally sucks to not have that job. Totally sucks to not have a job. But I'll get my books back, right? That woman ghosted me. I have no idea why. So I totally need to get new copies of the Raven Cycle at some point. Show me some of your impulse buys that you've never read. You know, the ones you bought at midnight while online shopping, or when you're walking through a bookstore and the magic of all the books just made you grab a few too many. And we can't forget about all those books at such a good price that somehow make it into our shopping bag. I don't really buy books online unplanned, and I don't really buy books at bookstores, again, frivolously. If I'm there and I see some things I want. Actually, when I go into a bookstore, I'm on a mission. I know the authors I'm looking for, I know the titles I'm looking for, and that's what I buy. But if I go to, like, I went to a Friends of the Library book sale in 2019 and came home with like 2 shopping bags worth of used books, including some of these gems. The top 2, the Zadie Smith, I love and will read. I've seen a film adaptation of White Teeth that blew me away. I didn't even know it was a book. And so I'll read some Zadie Smith, but these other 2, I can't remember picking them. They have like, they're old library books. And so I was like, did Stiefvater sneak some library books onto my shelf? What's going on? Last question. Just to make you hate me a little bit more, how many unread books are on your shelves? Okay, I sort of fell into the bookshelf when I was hunting down some of those others, and so I just decided to make my count of like just this side. Just this side is 35. I'm not going to try the other sides. I know that I buy books I haven't read. I know there's a lot. I'm a book hound. It's a collection. That was fun. I hope you had fun too, and I'll see ya in the next one. See ya!